This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, Birdman is accused of blowing through $70 million of the $100 million advance that was given by Universal a few years ago for Young Money and Cash Money. Now, at around this time, we saw Birdman buying a Bugatti, giving his brother, a Maybach. He got that Lauderlet. This is around that time. Now, obviously, Wayne's pissed because now he's owed $51 million and he's suing Birdman. And this is the lawsuit that I think is going to bring Cash Money to an end. Do you remember a long time ago, No Limit? They didn't have a problem like this, but they had some type of problems where they had to call it the new No Limit. They had to rebrand, go bankrupt and rebrand, Now, this is what I think Birdman's going to have to do. And I don't know the implications of when you go declare bankruptcy, because that's the only way he's going to get out of owing these people money. This is just one lawsuit with Lil Wayne. That's $51 million. He has so many others with producers, other artists, jet companies. He has a lot of lawsuits going on. The only way to survive this is to go bankrupt. So when he goes bankrupt, is that going to null and void all the contracts on Cash Money and everyone's going to be free? I mean, that's going to be an interesting point here because it looks like Birdman can't produce documents to see where he spent this money. Now, the money was supposedly supposed to be split 50-50 between Lil Wayne and Birdman, but Birdman tore through $70 million. $70 million. Now, there was 22,000. Can you imagine 22,000 pages of documents given to Wayne's lawyers? And this is how lawyers drag a lawsuit out. They give you a lot of paperwork to look through. They say that they comb through. Okay, let's pause for a second. Imagine how much this lawsuit's costing these guys. They have to have a team of lawyers to look through 22,000 pages. Well, they say there's no pages that include the accounting of the $70 million. So this lawsuit's going to force Birdman for the first time to open his books up. And it's going to show a lot of problems. This could open up a lot of problems for Cash Money beyond lawsuits. It could be with the government, because money's being spent and not being spent on business, but I'm sure it's being written off. I mean, this is sad, man. This is going to bring the end. This is going to be the end of Cash Money. I promise you. And I mean, it's good for Wayne and probably good for Nicki Drake and everybody else because they could probably get out of their contracts and redo their contracts straight with Universal now or be independent. Can you imagine Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki independent making all that money? I mean, come on. They really don't need a record label. They could be their own record label. But yeah, this is not looking good. It looks like Birdman. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. The only person that really knows is Birdman and his brother where this money is, and Wayne's been there for the whole time, so he really knows what's going on. He's just now talking about it because he's being forced to. He was probably hoping just to settle this out, move on, and never speak about it again because that's kind of his style. He doesn't like to talk about things publicly, but he's forced to bring this public, and this has never been that public. A lawsuit with Birdman has never been this public, and Wayne, it's almost like with Jay-Z with Rockefeller, right? Everyone sided with Jay-Z because Jay-Z was the star, I mean, I'm sure Damon Dash was doing a lot of bad stuff, but, Jay-Z was the star. So we're all siding with Weezy, honestly. I mean, because he's the star, and he's the one he's the reason we love Cash Money. Anyways, I hope these guys can just work it out, man, because, we don't want to see the end of Cash Money. I mean, that was big part of the last decade, they, of course, they emerged in the mid-90s, 1996, 7, but, I don't know, man.